So, bro, I know we've known each other for hindi naman too short, no? But I think I've known you 2019. Tama. So, and by that, you don't have an agency pa at the time, no?
Yeah, freelancing, bro.
Gets. So, for the people na will listen or will see this in the future, would you mind introducing yourself? I know you personally, but for the people who don't know you, would you
Mm.
mind introducing yourself?
So my name is Fervin Won. I am an SEO Google Ads specialist. So majority of what I do is mostly helping local businesses get more traction on Google, so they get more visibility. And I'm also a founder of Top White Label Marketing. This is an SEO agency based and in Ligan City. So we are down from the northern Mindanao region. Yeah, Canada, bro.
So in terms of top white label, bro, is it you and a group of people tama? Kataong gantuan?
Yes, correct, correct.
Yeah. Sige. So our topic for this session is actually, as I said earlier, na it's about our purpose, and freelancing, or in your case, your agency business. So
Mm.
first question by is what inspired you to start freelancing, man? So there's a
Um,
backstory. A backstory.
mm. So way back then, I think a decade ago, I think there were a lot of choices, no, pero it's something that I somehow discerned ba nga an avenue for me to flourish back then. So I got invited by somebody who helped me, like kick off freelancing way back in 2010. And then at that time, we were um, solely getting clients from job sites, no. So it was the only portal that we knew how to get, like make money online. And so in terms of the reasons, maybe because I see like more of the upside, more upside on doing freelance stuff rather than a typical like corporate setup. So yeah, started working from home and eventually stayed on my lane, which is SEO, for the longest time. And that's what also triggered me to build up and grow a team here in Iligan City, which is the agency.
Nice. Now, way back 2010, I know, single, you're still single, right? Tama.
Mm.
And now, fast forward, you became a parent. So, how does your role as a parent influence the type of freelance work you choose to do?
Oh, good question, bro. Um, when you're running an agency, it's not about you anymore. I think it's more of, like when you're flying solo, you think of things nga kinda, how do I get results for the clients, But when you build a team, it's more of people management already. And sometimes, people management also requires a little bit of parenting strategy. So it's like looking after the welfare of the people inside the company, and then at the same time, same like your children, you try to disciplined enough. If there are like instances where there are shortcomings on their end, then probably that's something that would be related to parenting versus running a team under an agency.
Nice. Next question is, do you set specific goals for your agency, and how often do you revisit them? So does
Mm,
it seems like, or at least it's similar to you shared earlier, like a parent, no? So how
mm.
does that look like ba on your end?
One of my key people who influenced me a lot, one of my mentors actually uh, somehow shared it with me. It's not just a goal, but more of a shared vision. You know,
Shared vision.
yeah, shared vision for the team. So a goal is something that could change depending on the timeline. But I think that's important na more than the short term, long term goal would be a shared vision to sustain. If everything like ends up not very well for a particular season, you just go back to that shared vision to make things happen. So in terms of revisiting, medyo nagpa-flank ako dito na side, no, but yeah, it should be like as often as you could, you remind them, what, by if there is an instance where, you can remind everyone in your team about your vision, the shared vision and then the goal, then that, and eventually they can eventually like memorize it, then that's that like you did you did your best in building up your culture inside the team, So it's not you anymore telling them, hey, this is a vision, but them, reciting it, they like chanting it, they already know what you wanted, and they're aligned with it, then definitely that's something that would, sustain any business out there, I think.
Nice. I'm curious by since I before when I was still working in corporate, our
Mm,
vision and mission is posted uh somewhere in the vicinity of the company. So
mm.
my question to you is, does it apply to you ba, or do you do it same as you, or you post it? How does it look like on your end?
yeah, we kind of have this how do you say this, like a poster of our mission vision, so everyone could
Nice, nice.
eventually see it when you get into the office.
Yeah, so
So
basically,
it's not just for everyone in the staff, but also for me. I keep myself grounded, trying to think. Like as someone who performs the C-level role, it grounds me to where I am, and at the same time, like make a scale. Kumbaga, sinukat ba? Where are you in that particular vision
learning.
and goal, and how long will it take you, to at least have increment in terms of growth sa vision
Progress
ng the progress, yeah, the progress that you wanted.
is why did you choose freelancing over a more traditional job? Now, I want your perspective before when you were single and now that you became married. So,
Mm. Well, my journey is a little bit odd compared to some of the folks I know. So typically, for people who have already, like graduated from school and then eventually landed a corporate job, mine is a little bit different because it's a hybrid of from freelancing to going corporate and then back to freelancing and then agency building. So medyo
nice.
weird ang sequence, no? Like already started doing freelancing. I took a leap of faith in doing corporate and then kind of decided na, hey, I think this is not for me. Then eventually I went back to doing freelancing and building the agency. So I think for me, based on my experience, I got a taste of bit of both worlds of doing freelancing versus the corporate. I already had that when we were, we eventually decided in Metro Manila for quite some time, like 5 years ago. So yeah, big difference. There are a lot of perks, if you are someone from the rural area or like outside of the metro region, then definitely working corporate is okay. Maybe because you don't encounter heavy traffic like whereby in metro areas, no, and communication is a little bit more transparent between you and your team. So when there is faster communication, then definitely the projects also move faster. So that's, I think, the upside of working in a corporate setup. But downside also, you lose a lot of maybe more time. It can be more draining in terms of energy. Just taking a commute from home to workplace would eventually suck up a little bit of your energy every day. And then I think that is for most people I know who are also living in Metro Manila, and then decided to do freelancing after quite some time. Working in the corporate, they eventually same tang lang ang sinasabi ba na kwan lang ba, traffic. Because literally you will need to take like minimum of 1 to 2 hours to get into your workplace and another 2 hours
Just
just
one
to
way,
make
di
it
ba?
home. One way lang to 2 hours, bro. And that's the bare minimum that you can eventually, spend if you're riding a commute. Unless you have, good compensation and then you can just go grab all the way or
Tama, tama.
matay mo ang kagaling ng sakyanan, then that's a different but for speaking on behalf of like people who are just, uh, living day to day,
Day to
making
day.
ends meet, yeah.
You shared earlier by na you went from freelancing, corporate, and then freelancing again. So what
Mm,
happened between freelancing and corporate? So why did you already did freelancing now? At least the way you did is different from what we are doing now or what you do
mm,
now. So what
mm.
happened in between them? Why?
Good question. So
Yes.
I was actually looking at I was weighing things and contemplating. So I was already doing freelancing with online, no? And then one of my client partner decided to, which is also an account that I handle, decided to branch out, a company here in the Philippines. So that's where I kind of spearhead the marketing and acted as the marketing like director for
Director.
the company when we were
This
starting
was
it
the
out.
time during when we met, right? 2019.
Tama,
Natapag mo sa
bro.
Manila. Tama.
Yes, bro. Na kami sa Manila na, bro.
Tama, tama.
So, after my partner and I got wed, we eventually, both decided to, go Jumanji on to the,
I like your term,
let's go
right?
Jumanji onto the urban zone.
Uh,
We haven't, although, Iligan City is still a city, pero dahil agad when it's like the Manila region, no? And,
yeah. Agree.
we didn't have any relatives or whatever nga kanang masaligan there, but it's just us like, yeah, sige, sulong. Ano ba, and then tried
Good.
our,
Gabi, no?
sure. Yeah, but maybe because during that season in my career or life, I was just following through the opportunity that's been given to me, and then yeah, it kind of um, during the time I was also elated with the idea na yeah, this is a different setup. I could discipline myself the way how everyone works in the metro versus, because when you are living, especially your freelance job, then you are living in the rural area, definitely you will feel that laid back environment na kung ano. And I think the upside also for when doing corporate and you are living in the urban zone, everything is fast paced. You can eventually compare both. But if you have that mindset nga you are actively alert, and progressive, and then living in the rural area, then like that's the perfect combo for everything, right? Like, you know,
Agree,
you get
agree.
the
Because
discipline
of
you
both
got
worlds.
from urban, and then you're just living in the rural region. Then yeah, I think that's the manifestation that I am having right now with
Nice.
what I have inside the team. So yeah, I kind of how do I package it? Quote unquote living the dream of having that at least knowledge and wisdom of being in a corporate, and at the same time I'm in the rural region operating in
Nice.
silent.
Nice. So, environment plus the hungry drive, kumbaga.
Yes, the drive and the environment. Yeah, combo.
Awesome. Tulong. So, why are these important to you? How does it
Mm.
impact your business?
For me, always, I stand. I'm thinking of the other two, but definitely what comes in my mind, the first thought would be coming from a place of health. So that is the very essential thing that I do. Being in someone inside the marketing, and running an agency, that's something that I live by. That we are, as a person who lives in the service-based business, definitely you need to put your best foot forward. By coming from a place of health. Sales and marketing, the big fine line in doing sales, is the genuinely wanting to help a particular business that you wanted to serve. And that's something that I kind of inculcate also in the team. It's not just us like putting up whatever projects out there. It's more of like the bottom line, the result, and wanting to give the better business for the clients, eventually more work for everyone. So that's the first one. Um, well, for I think I would stand with the core values that we have in our agency. One would be looking at accountability and integrity in terms of like what we do, being transparent. So that's something that I could eventually want to also feel. Now, when we are like working with the clients, we don't just show the good stuff. We also show, typically, say for example, sa end namin, we have some flunking data yun. So being transparent with what, at least clients are well aware that, what would be the next business decision that they needed to do, if that is something that is happening. And then I think the last one would be just gratitude, by just being grateful for everything that is, grateful for the team, for helping each other out, looking at each other's back, grateful for the clients for their trust, grateful for the learning on every project that we take. And I think that's the three things that I could eventually think of at this point of time.
You could work on any project that aligns with your purpose. What would it be? And feel free to dream big and be as imaginative as possible. So when I say dream client, what would that be?
We already have them, by.
Really?
I mean, when you say like a dream client, it's not just the compensation that you get, but more of the synergy inside the project.
Mhm.
Like and they have the capacity to really, blanket whatever that is needed in the project. You just need to show, your bargain at the end of the day sa table, and what's your, contribution sa business. We're lucky that we're able to work with this kind of people. Uh,
Are you allowed to disclose who this client is?
mm, I think no. Not yet.
All right.
But
I would not
yeah,
post.
siguro Kwan, a little bit of background there. They're tycoons in Indonesia, by.
Tycoons
So
in
in Indonesia operating in the Philippines.
Indonesia, operating in the Philippines.
Uh,
What type of tycoon are we talking about? If
like
you name
business
it, would it?
tycoon. Huh?
What type of business? If you name it, would it disclose the client or not really?
Naa sila sa gaming industry.
Gaming.
Mm.
Nice. Gaming industry. So, by you already have your dream client now with Indonesian company that operates here in the Philippines. What's next? I know that human as we are, ang tawag dito, we are always hungry for more, no?
Mm.
So, right now at your stage, who would be your like dream project or dream client or dream company that you have not worked with pa? And feel free to dream big as much as possible.
Yeah, I think the next step, if I have, so for I think ang pinaka barrier is to bring in more results, so much results for this particular accounts that eventually they eventually see the worth that, hey, we already got the ROI that we needed, and that would eventually translate with us getting more income in the business. So that's one. If by chance there is an instance nga kanang kung ano na kanang, money is not an issue anymore, I think the biggest dream client that I have would be myself. Like building a passion projects,
Yeah, what would
something
it be?
that
What would it be?
my partner and I were actually talking about something sensible, like, kanang nasa someone that directly impacts kanang sa society. So one of the key notices that we have seen there is Among City would be like waste management. So that's something that I wanted to also delve in nga project, no. But it's so far-fetched from now. But yeah, the idea is to create something that solves an issue sa society, especially na kanang directly affecting us ba.
Oh, okay. If I'm not mistaken, currently Iligan is having some waste management problems.
Mm, mm, mm.
Nice,
So
nice.
the passion project was something like, why not get, facility good enough that could segregate and recycle, materials in. I have seen some, kanang stories like feeds sa Facebook, but they did like plastics turning into chairs and then different like plastic materials, from recycling, and that's something that would eventually, why not, in the local, since we have this really huge problem in waste management in Iligan.
Tama,
Mm,
tama. And I saw one din by, it was actually in Japan. So I saw it on Facebook din. They were a recycling plant wherein electronics naman.
mm,
So plastics, ano ba yung mga wirings, nire-recycle
mm,
nila.
mm.
Ganyan. So yeah, basically, if waste management project for the community, no, that would really
Oo,
impact not only the community, but I think for everyone na
mm.
involved.
Paano na siya ba, for
And
me,
we have yet to,
that's a legacy project na yun, like at least ba something that you can pass on in the next generation, that eventually someone
yeah,
could
yeah, yeah. And we have yet to see that, no, dili sa Philippines or even in our
mm.
local
I think
vicinity.
may mga initiative, but not dili gid siya, kung medyo sporadic lang ba, dili gid siya ingon niya kanang marka gid siya, something that would, help. If you have been, to some places like in Palawan the last time, grabe, government, even the people already know magtapon lang ng basura, wag gyud kayo makita bisan isa ka plastic dito sa dati.
Yeah. So Palawan, grabe ba? Even smoking is very strict there. So you
Mm,
cannot smoke in public.
mm,
May designation talaga na smoking
smoking
area.
area. Mm.
And even the typical cigarette, no, or the opos, as
Bawal
Bisaya,
ba,
opos, yes, you cannot throw that one carelessly. I really, when I visited Palawan, then I really
mm.
appreciated their local government.
Lagi ba,
Very strict.
very, paano sila ba, sila ang gwapo nga sa
Mirror.
tawagan, i-mirror sa ubang city ba, how they govern.
Nice. Bye.
Mm.
Next question is, can you share 3 accomplishments in your freelancing career or agency career sa business that you're very proud of, and why do these stand out to you, man?
I think ang pinakauna would be kuan, sa man. I think pinakauna would be katong naalsa na mo ang tawagan ni naalsa na mo ang company, which got out into the, ano sa tawagan ni, kanang startup phase. So the company is up and running for almost 8 years now. And we eventually started it from just 2 or 3 people nga when we
Nice.
started it out.
What
So
company is this?
itong the one that I served sa Metro Manila when we
Manila.
were building it out, yeah.
Ah,
They are not as like super flourishing na nga kanang, people already, but they already left a dent sa industry of asa sila nga category by. So yeah, that's something that I'm, my first thought. I think the second one would be building out Sitap. These are somehow first time to experience handling a team more than 10 people, no. We're just looking out, maybe ako and siguro like duha ka tawo before was okay for me na, and we eventually managed to pull off more than, like, building up more than 10 people sa silid sa team. And I think the third one would be kuan, we got past more than a year of sustaining this agency. So that's something kanang we didn't even like think of, but wanted to pursue more further. Just keep on growing. So at the end of the day, it's just us, kami kay manifestation kami sa mga business that we're helping out. If we help build better businesses out there, then eventually it will also somehow reflect on the growth of our company. Right?
nice, nice, nice. Next question is, when you are choosing projects or clients, what type of person are you? Letter A, prioritize projects that aligns with your values even if they pay less.
Mm.
Letter B, you choose projects that are financially rewarding but make sure that they don't conflict with your principles. Letter C is jump at opportunities that excites you regardless of alignment with your purpose. And then letter D is thoroughly evaluate if a project fits with your long-term goals and values before committing.
Nako sa almost kuan siya by like B and C nga category.
B and
So
C,
like
so choose projects that are financially rewarding but
mm,
make sure they don't conflict with your principles and jump at opportunities that excites me. regardless of alignment with your purpose.
Mm.
So a bit of both.
A bit of both, boy.
Nice, nice. Bit of both. When you approach your freelance work or your agency clients or projects like BNC this way? So you shared earlier na BNC man to yung ano. So why do you operate this way, man? Is it something you've always done or did you learn it over time?
So that is a question. Did I learn it over time? Siguro dito ba, kanang discernment ba na I had like good rounds of handling projects, several projects already. And then I think that the thing that motivates me to pursue or have a long-term relationship is that excitement. So that's one thing that I learned, if you don't, there were also instances where I have been able to work with a client that's, I'll say this, like energy draining pero super rewarding ang financial niya.
Really?
Pero hindi mo siya toxicity but draining in a sense that the stress
Very-
level is too high and then
very,
it's
very
exhausting
challenging.
really. Energy vampire ng ang project ba. So eventually I decided to let go even if the risk is high kay one like six figure na project lost it's lost forever, you cannot it would be eventually be replaced, pero there's a little bit of sayang pero at the same time you're like saving your sanity for that kind of so alignment is very important mainly because it also gives me katulad like a synergy with the client. The dream client I wanted to work with is someone that I can easily collaborate with, not someone who tells me like do this, do that, do this, do that, something like that. So I think discernment with like going through projects over time, and working with different people from different places.
Nice, nice. So I'm assuming na a bit of you've learned it over time no, to have a different approach no when taking on clients. Tama.
More on kuan bay. I've learned it over time na mo din yung gusto. Mas gusto na ako nga ma-excite ko sa project, mas gusto na ako nga ka-work mi sila nga mga tao, ano ba. I kind of learned it over time as I pero when starting out, it's more of like the financial rewarding, money first thought that
It's
comes
like-
in.
It's like a phase no.
Mm.
When we were starting out,
First phase.
when we were starting out, we
But
want to
survival
control.
sa kwarta sa ang imong
Tama.
eventual naman. When the opportunity kicks in nga kanang you have the opportunity to choose who you want to work with, then eventually you'd want to eventually work with someone nga kanang even if not super high ang financially reward, but someone that could be dili lang client but also like friends for life. Ito. So
Right.
relationship, more on the relationship yun.
When was the last time by na a freelance project made you feel deeply fulfilled or connected to your purpose?
Ang ako ang purpose my God was to eventually give out the best results for the projects. So that's the main purpose that what I wanted to why I wanted to push on a particular SEO campaign or project that I have. Actually, it's still happening now because we are yet to prove ourselves sa katong mga clients that we're serving. We've already provided some value pero I think for this round it's too early to say that we did enough. We still got kumbaga marami pang bigas na kakainin to get there. So not more on that I did that, but more on it's already happening now and that's what we are doing now.
Next is what's the most meaningful feedback you've received from a client or a project?
Maybe someone who told me like thanks for saving my ass during the first year of building the business, and then eventually became stable in the long run. So that's something na. But in terms of monetary value, I'm happy to say nga kanang there was one company that we started the website from zero but eventually got is raking like 300,000 pesos daily na income. And SEO is a big factor on that, it attributed to that
What type of business is this?
Ito sa gaming ba?
Gaming.
Mm.
Nice. 300,000 per day.
A daily.
Woo! Next is
Question was,
if you could collaborate someone from history.
Huh?
So, yes. So it could be dead or alive, no? To achieve your purpose in the business, in your agency business, or at least work with you with the business. Who would it be and why?
si Jack Ma ba?
Jack Ma. Why man?
I got inspired with Alibaba how he built it from scratch, but also, I am a big fan of the wisdom that he already got over the years of building an empire. So also wanted to learn a lot from this guy. I'm also grateful gani nga, even just being grateful nga kanang I get to encounter him ba sa kaninga timeline with us sa tuwang kinabuhi bang during our time Jack Ma was alive, something that. Yeah. So it's not more on the marketing side, but more on the principle of doing business and
Principle of doing business. Nice. Nice. I like that. Next is, have you ever taken on a project and later wish you hadn't, and what made you feel that way, man?
Good question, no? It all boils down to relationship, boy. Yes. So the question one is yes, and then second one decided to not pursue is the relationship. Now projects, there were a lot of projects that, results are good. Not stellar, but had an impact. Pero, they don't see the value of you working with them. That they see the value that you work for them. It's not, like working together side by side to make a common goal, but more of you work under me now situation. And that's something that I don't want to feel when running the project. No. It's like, we're partnering with you all the way, not something that we work under you. That's something that happened and eventually decided to let go and take a different route from that particular engagement.
Nice. So it's more of a partnership rather than somewhat employment, no?
Yes.
Very different
Bye.
message.
Siya gid ang pinaka I could say the key to taking off. If I know, say for example, let's put it in a situational nga kwan yun, nga scenario ba. If I know what the client wants, and I can contribute to that kind of growth, I know I can do something, regardless if it's not like just specifically SEO. I know I can help out, then definitely, muna to akong gayon na there is a purpose, baka itong purpose motong goal that we wanted to pursue.
What is the main reason why you would decline a project, even if it was financially lucrative?
Mm, maybe the attitude sa client.
That's the number one rule breaker, deal breaker.
Deal breaker siya. Like starting a project with someone also is a discovery phase of if it will work out as a relationship also. Will you be going steady for a long time? So if not, then murag nagkuhan ba kanang may kakilala ka bang ganito and ganito. If there's a perfect match, then definitely you will start to build something, make projects happen.
Nice, nice. Attitude at the end of the day, it's all about the attitude of the client, how you
Mm,
treat it,
mm.
or how they treat you. So balik dito sa
Ay,
either partnership or
Atagan kag scenario ba yan? This actually happened. Dili sa ako but kay Raquel sa akong wife. There was one, he's taga UK, na
UK.
client. And then he blurted out like, you are lucky to receive this kind of compensation. You are in the Philippines. So he was looking down at the people who are working under him. I already paying you this much, and then you're living in the Philippines, something like tax free, something like that. So it kind of works. you know.
Curious by how did Raquel react to it?
We eventually left that client after. Also, there was like a Filipino VA who also works with that client and nahay kanang toxicity sa sunod sa working environment pa. So not kind of a company that we wanted to work with. Kuan ba kanang utak ka lang daw ba kanang ah, gusto niya iyahang ang attention mo. So
Utak talaga.
mm,
Nice. Nice. Bye. Last
mm,
question before we end our session. No?
sige
So,
bye.
if Verbal Von Tripoli is not doing a CO or not doing or doesn't have white label, what would you do?
Mm.
What would you do?
I might probably be working in a cruise ship,
Cruise ship?
cooking at the kitchen.
Really? So, they really nagluto?
It was before I got engaged with freelancing. I was actually contemplating on taking an HRM course and then eventually be absorbed in a cruise company.
Nice.
So that might have been the situation. And I think even back then I was also looking at the outside na kanang, hey, when you're working in a cruise ship, you get to travel from places to places with so that's I know someone in my one kanang a friend of mine who works in the cruise ship and is experiencing that. So kind of nice a feeling siguro ba.
Cruise ship or
Mm.
chef sa cruise ship.
Mm.
Nice. Nice. So, fine. For the people or businesses that want to connect with you, how
Mm.
do they get in touch with you ba? So either they want to know SEO, they want to consult SEO, or even looking for a mentor, or even businesses that
Mm.
needs SEO. How do they find you man?
Yeah, they can easily reach me through Facebook. So we have Facebook handles katong ako ang personal profile where I spend most
Verbal
and then
Von Tripoli lang.
and then the top pages, like type top white label Facebook page and then Forbidden Facebook page also. And then our website, the topwhitelabel.com and then forbidden1.com as well.
Nice.
So
For the people who are thinking of diving into SEO, they don't have any experience with SEO, what's the number one thing you can recommend?
um be hungry for learning. I think not all people will eventually like doing SEO when at least, but it's a kickstart. I know people who have started doing SEO eventually went to different, type of field of work na, I like design better. I like doing websites better. I like, doing emails better. But it's a start nga kanang kwan. Always be curious. Doesn't mean that you know something now would eventually stick dito lang ka for forever, no. So there's this, I got it from also a mentor, no. There's a thing that they call relentless refinement. You just
Relentless refinement.
Yeah, you just need to find that something that you're really good at, and then cultivate,
Double
100%
down.
double down dito. And that's what sets you apart from the rest. Sa ako, I somehow banked on doing SEO for the longest of time and still sticking out, even after a decade, more than a decade.
Grabe,
And
no?
I'm still here, doing SEO. And then I still have that feeling na, hey, my knowledge is not enough. There's still a lot more to learn, you know, and implement. So let's just make that happen. Yeah, and through projects, you can eventually get those aha moments na what you learn theoretically will eventually be implemented, no? And then you get to see the results in your, what did you do?